I think they avoid the mistake of not learning from the mistakes they make. I think sometimes we think successful people don't make mistakes. They do. They make a lot of mistakes. I just don't think they repeat them. I think successful people try to not make the same mistake twice or 3 times or 4 times. They say, wow, that thing we did didn't work. Let's not do that again. That was painful. It was expensive. It didn't help anybody. It fell flat. What did we do wrong that we can fix the second iteration, the third iteration? It doesn't mean the next time is perfect. It just means they won't do that one thing exactly that way again, because the data has proven, yeah, don't go down this path. Like, this is a dumb thing to do. We shouldn't do that. You should be really, really patient, and you should talk to your patient friends who are deliberate and who love you enough to tell you the truth. Because they might say, hey, you've made the same kind of statement at the last 4 jobs you've had. Like, every job you've had, you've said the same thing, and then you go out and get another job similar to this job, and then you act surprised that it doesn't fit what you're all about. Maybe you need to do an assessment of what your skills are. Maybe you need to pause. Maybe you need to pray. Maybe you need to seek some wise counsel. What I don't want you to do in that moment is to think, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. So what I would do is say, be patient, be smart, start a side hustle. Do something small and grow it over time. Don't tell me I'm gonna just go for it, and then when I go, what's your plan? Your plan requires 7 miracles. I love miracles, I do. I just don't want your plan to need 9 to come true. Like, and then a meteor hits this part of town and people need coffee because they're repairing the meteor damage, and then my dream happens. Like, I think you should be slow and smart about it. Volunteer. There are 10 things at your current job right now that nobody wants to do. They're the kind of things that people go, it's not my role, it's not my position. Volunteer. When somebody in a meeting says, oh, I wish we had meeting minutes for this conversation, say, hey, I'll keep the meeting minutes, I'll send an update at the end of the meeting to everybody that was involved, or I'll set the agenda for the meeting. There are things that people at your company don't want to do that give you the chance to have visibility. Visibility at a job is great. And it's not you showing off, it's you saying, I'm gonna own some things that maybe I don't naturally own. Another thing you do is take every possible course you can. A lot of companies, especially if they're a bigger company, will have a leadership program, they'll have a customer service program, they'll have, different software courses that they offer, or continuing education. Make the most of those. So volunteer, and also join any sort of leadership education program you can. Burnout is often a product of a number of things. One, it can be you've never stopped to have a rest season. Every side hustle, every job has seasons. I'm in the middle of one right now. As we record this, I'm in the middle of speaking season. And that means a lot of gigs, it means a lot of travel. So I know that the fall is intense travel, but guess what better not be? Like mid-November to December. Like, those are gonna be times when I'm at home, I'm around a lot more, maybe I'm doing the things I didn't get to do, I'm writing. So you have to admit that there's seasons to what you do and figure out, when will I rest? When will I make sure that I'm not going. We live in a culture that tells you should always be on, you should answer every email, you should be tweeting constantly, you should be on Instagram all the time. And I think thinking you have to do it all often leads to burnout. My dad once said to me, surround yourself with people who aren't on your payroll, because people who are on your payroll can't tell you the truth. Because they can give you some advice, but they'll get to the edge where they don't want to risk losing the position by telling you something that might be hard to hear. And so I think it's really important for you to have people in your life, friends, family members, your spouse, whoever, who can say, hey, that thing you're doing is terrible. And I think it's not what you really want to be doing, and I think it's dangerous, I don't think it's going to end well. You need people in your life who can tell you the truth, because we tend to get really isolated, and that's where we make our biggest mistakes.